I see ads and billboards everywhere. And they seem to be hawking these huge returns on your betting dollars. DraftKings, BetMGM, Golden Nugget. You know, this current betting push is just nagging me. It seems to be like we're just kind of throwing off restraint and kind of pushing the envelope of risk and bringing it into the main living room and just kind of laughing at risk. Maybe, you know, okay, well, it's because they call it gaming, but I'm watching risk-o-meter kind of go higher and higher. I'm seeing good people kind of push decisions and lifestyles that, you know, that risk not just money, but risking their health, relationships, and well-being. I want us to make this a pause and pivot moment. There's got to be a line of reason somewhere. And I believe the ancient scriptures draw this for us. It's kind of like it gives us good guardrails. The Bible talks about how to use money and how to handle risk, but it also exposes what's often below the surface. And that's like, what is an unrestrained life? What's it look like? What happens when we leave God out of the equation? There's some good lessons that I want us to take to heart. Daniel chapter 5. It's a story of a young teenager who's kind of pushed onto the world scene and he comes into the presence of a king and they're in the ancient world. And the story kind of goes like this. There's a wild party going on. The banquet hall is filled. And there you see this wild, reckless, high-stakes life. And the king who had it all. He had privilege. He had resources. But behind the curtain was pride, arrogance, lack of restraint. His enemies actually stood outside of the walls, and there he was kind of throwing this party to kind of flaunt them, flaunt in front of them. So a boatload of people who had joined him, and they were all kind of betting the house that, hey, this is the life. And suddenly, the text says, suddenly there was writing on the wall. Whoa, literally, that's what the text says. That's where the expression comes from. There was writing on the wall. That's when the party stopped. That's when the ball dropped. And the message from the High One is one that I want us to take to heart. First lesson is really this, that there are plenty of warnings against those who live an unrestrained life, who risk it all. It won't last. For the king, it came from one of his other forefathers who had lived that way, and he came to a tragic end. Here's a second lesson, though, is there's a line in the sand. That the message from the High One is that, it's over, it's done. Your days are numbered, weighed and found wanting, and your kingdom has been divided. That's what the handwriting on the wall meant. And I think it's the same thing for us. There's a line in the sand. Here's the third lesson from this passage, Daniel chapter 5. It's an end, and it's a tragic end. Ancient text elsewhere says, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Risk it all and leave God out. It'll be a great loss, and it'll be a hard fall. What are you betting on these days? Where are you putting yourself at risk? Stop it. Turn. The Most High One says there will be an end, which is why he sent the Lord Jesus Christ to forgive us and to give us leadership so we don't get in that place again. If you'd like to talk more, hit that contact coach button.